welcome to the Wisconsin Amateur Baseball Classic tournament where Wildwood Park plays host for the Sheboygan A's versus Chicago Rockies. Welcome, I'm Lucas Schulze alongside the Hall of Famer Mike Martin. And Mari, these are two teams that are very familiar with each other.
They played each other 4 times at the beginning of the season, and they split the doubleheaders on Saturday and Sunday. And Chicago's a good team. It's a good matchup for Sheboygan. Hopefully we can come out on top. The one thing that could hamstring the Rockies tonight is they only have 9 players. And it's like you said, you know, if they have to start going to the bullpen, you wonder how many real pitchers they have out there playing positions. And so hopefully we can come away with a win.
And this game's got the feel of what could be a pitcher's duel with Brad Reinfleisch on the mound for Sheboygan and then Colin Finelli, who pitched 6 innings of really good baseball against the A's last time.
Yeah, he wound up being bested by Jared Recolaitis, who pitched a shutout, but Finelli pitched really well, and hopefully Sheboygan can come out with a win again. Brad Reinfleisch is pitching tonight. He's a good one. I know he's been a little bit under the weather in terms of his arm. He has some arm issues, but hopefully he'll be okay tonight.
And Sheboygan's playing as the visiting team, and they're playing at their home ballpark. So, Marty, you want to take us through the Sheboygan batting order?
Sheboygan lineup. Alex Ames leading off in center. Riley Palmquist batting second and playing his usual shortstop position. Jacob Neese moves up to the 3 spot, playing third base. Connor Lash in the lineup again at DH. Jimmy Jurgensen is batting 5th and playing first. Chase Hanselman is out in right field, batting 6th. Hitting 7th is Nick Tenney. Tenney playing left field. Cal Casper is the catcher, batting 8th. And George Haas Jr. batting 9th and playing second base.
And defensively for the Rockies from left to right in the outfield, Todd Goronsky's the left fielder. Mike Bowling's the one in center. Gazarek is in right. And then around the infield from third to first, Lugo, Martin, Jordan, and Shellhorn. And then behind the plate is Spears with the aforementioned Finelli on the mound. Alex Ames about ready to lead this game off. The first game for Sheboygan in this WABC tournament. They'll play 2 games tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. versus the Milwaukee Tropics, and then at 4 o'clock against the Milwaukee Beavers.
No home games on Sunday. The top 4 teams in the field advance to play on Sunday in West Bend. So if you want to see the A's play Sunday, you're going to have to travel.
Sheboygan's just acting as a host site for this tournament. They're not the only site where the games are being played. These two teams, we mentioned they had 4 matchups earlier in the season. One of the first games the A's played, the first weekend set that they played of the season. They split that series 2-2. And with Recolaitis going on the mound was probably the best Sheboygan looked in that series. And they gave up a lot of runs. A couple of games where they gave up 8 and 9 runs separately to the Rockies in the 2 losses, while allowing just 3 and 2 in their wins.
On the first day of that 4-game set, the A's lost the opener 8-1. It was 1-1 until Chicago scored 7 runs in the top of the 7th inning. And then they came back to win the second game 9-2. It was the Sunday games that were much more competitive. 3-0. We won, and 9-3. Again, the Rockies scoring 8 runs in the 4th and 5th. Total 8 runs to kind of blow that game out.
As Ames hits that one to right center field. That one's got a chance to get down, and it will. Ames around first. He's on his way a second. The throw in from Bowling will not be in time. A leadoff double for Alex Ames gets the party started for Sheboygan.
Good piece of hitting for Alex. For Alex, that was his first double of the season. That's pretty amazing. First extra base hit.
He's been such a good hitter this season. It's kind of unbelievable that that's the first time he's gone for extra bases. Brings up Riley Palmquist. He takes his first pitch high. I was kind of shocked to see Ames go for 2. It looked like Bowling cut that off pretty well.
It didn't surprise me too much, simply because Alex has good speed, and the play was right in front of him, so you could see what was happening.
Next pitch is inside on Palmquist. Quick 2-0 count.
Game-
Finelli only gave up 3 hits in those 6 innings, and he took a no-hitter into the 5th inning in his start for Sheboygan.
Yeah, he
in
looked
May.
really good.
2-0 count to Palmquist. Takes that one in there for a strike.
Game time temperature is 65 degrees. Was just cold enough we kept one window in on our side.
Not too windy. The flag's fairly calm in center field. Pitch to Palmquist is outside, and it's 3-1. Sheboygan's got a chance to get the first 2 runners on base in this first inning.
Home plate umpire is Joe Hennon. I don't remember calling that name at all this year, or any other year for that matter.
The pitch. Palmquist hits it sharply and past the outstretched glove of the first baseman. Ames will hold at third, and it'll be runners on the corners. It's a throw in, it's way high. And Ames is on his way home, and he'll score, and both runners advance. Palmquist to second, and it's 1-0 Sheboygan.
The right fielder, Gazarek, really airmailed that throw. Holy cow.
And Ames was gotten the stop sign from Moyer at third that he wasn't going to advance, and the throw in, as you mentioned, was well high, and Ames could see that from the jump and read it perfectly. Great start for Sheboygan as Jacob Neese comes to the plate now. First pitch from Finelli is inside again, and not as pure of a start for Finelli as we saw the last time he pitched against Sheboygan. Neese comes in hitting just a hair under 260, 258. 6 RBIs, he takes that one low. 2-0 now on the A's third baseman.
Our base umpire, Lucas, is Logan Koss. We've seen him before.
2-0 on Neese. And that pitch is in there for a strike right at the top of the zone.
Yeah, at first I thought that's a good take, Lucas, or Jacob, and all of a sudden it's called a strike.
Defensively for Chicago, this is a very similar team that we saw when they came to Sheboygan in May, as Neese fouls it back. Not too many changes, very familiar names. So Sheboygan pitching might have a little bit of an upside, knowing that they've seen these hitters before.
There's something you don't see very often. Alex Ames scoring, running home, and now he's chasing foul balls.
And Palmquist on the move, got a great jump, and the ball is check swing to first, and Neese is going to be out. Works as a fielder's choice, and Neese looks like he may have hurt himself. That left shoulder is grabbing for it right now. Hopefully he's all right.
Ball was up and in on him, and I think he tried to check his swing, and that may be where the problem lies.
It did advance Palmquist to third. He would have been there anyway, as he was running on the pitch.
Tim Moyer going with Jacob, not to the dugout, but to the area in the bullpen behind the dugout.
As Lash, now the hitter, waves and misses that first pitch, and what a huge loss. And how beneficial Jacob Neese is to this team offensively and defensively. Hope everything's all right with him. As the next one's low, and it's even up at 1-1 on Lash. Lash got his first extra base hit of the season against Menasha yesterday. As he hits that one softly on the ground, Palmquist is coming home, and he's going to score. It's going to work as a fielder's choice RBI for Connor Lash for the second out. Great base running by Riley Palmquist, knowing the ball wasn't hit hard enough for him to be thrown out the plate, and gets the second run for Sheboygan. Brings up Jimmy Jurgensen. Jurgensen's arguably been the most consistent hitter in this Sheboygan lineup other than Harry Stout, who always seems to find his way at the top of that average. Comes in hitting .333 with those 3 home runs. 19 RBIs as well, just one behind Stout, who's the leader with 20. Pitch to Jimmy is fouled back. It's definitely a better start for Sheboygan off Finelli than the last time they played them.
Yeah, these are 7-inning games. You know, we talk about it over and over again ad nauseum. You got to get the lead in these shorter games because you don't have that much time.
Jurgensen hits one sharply but well foul onto New Jersey Avenue. May have hit a car on New Jersey Avenue. Is that your car, Marty?
Nope, I'm behind home plate.
1-2 pitch to Jurgensen is hit softly behind third base, and the third baseman is there, Lugo, to make the catch for the third out. But Sheboygan gets two, and they lead it 2-0 with Chicago coming up in the bottom half of the first inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Back for the bottom of the first inning, Brad Reinflesch ready to get his start going, but positive news for Sheboygan. Jacob Neese remains in there defensively. Hopefully it's not too serious. Doesn't seem to be, at least at the moment, but he'll have to field the ground balls, hopefully, from this Chicago lineup.
The one thing, am I doing that? I am?
Yeah.
This and that first, the leadoff hitter is a familiar name, Mike Martin. Playing shortstop, Mike Bowling is batting second and center. Mitch Jordan is at second base, batting third. Rick Gazarek is the right fielder, hitting fourth. Batting fifth, Mike Shellhorn is the first baseman, batting sixth. Colin Finelli, the pitcher. Todd Goronski in left field, hitting seventh. Jeremy Spears catching, batting eighth, and batting ninth. Playing third base, Darius Lugo.
Defensively for Sheboygan from left to right, Tenney's in left, Ames in center, Hanselman in right. And out in the infield from third to first, Neese, Palmquist, Haas, Jurgensen. And Casper's behind the plate, catching for the pitcher, Brad Reinflesch. Pitch to Mike Martin, who steps in there as the leadoff hitter for Chicago.
Brad is throwing 11 and a third innings, giving up 11 hits, 14 strikeouts, still piling up the K's. A 1-2 record, one loss. ERA for Brad is high, 3.18, but in the overall scheme of things, that's actually very good.
It's a very respectable ERA. Just we're used to him having ERAs under 2, and him still not being satisfied with those numbers as Martin fouls it back. Such a talented pitcher for Sheboygan for such a long period of time.
Martin is also managing the club tonight. He shares those duties with Jake Mills. Mills not here.
2-2 pitch to Martin, as hits that one foul left side and rolls into the A's dugout.
You mentioned when Jacob walked back to the dugout with that injury, it was to his left shoulder, so it doesn't impinge on his throwing arm.
Still, you feel it definitely. He's kind of working it out over there at third base right now. As Martin swings and misses, and Reinflesch starts off his day with a strikeout. Brings up Mike Bowling, and I don't know if you remember, Marty, but last time we saw Bowling hit that grand slam.
I got it right here on top. That wasn't intentional, it's just the way it worked out. It was in the second game of the second day.
And that was part of the game where he had been called out for stepping on the plate during his swing. And then he had jumped on the plate to bring it home. Then he hit it the home run and made sure he stepped on the plate the right way this time.
Good discipline by the umpire to not have to show up the player either.
Bowen's a great player. We know he's got great speed in center. We've seen him make some great plays as he calls time. Sheboygan got that quick 2-0 lead. Led off double by Ames, followed by a single from Palmquist. As that one's lined to right center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. First hit of the day for Chicago comes from their number 2 hitter, number 2, Mike Bowling.
Bowling only had one hit in that last game of the set where they won 9-3, but it was that grand slam home run you mentioned.
And he was 3 for 13 in the 4 games versus Sheboygan at Wildwood Park, make him 4 for 14 now versus the A's in 2026. This brings up Mitch Jordan. Jordan hit a home run against Sheboygan in that May meeting, and it was his only hit. He is 1 for 11 against the A's. As he takes that one high for a ball. The only one not wearing the Rockies City Connect jersey in their lineup today. Jordan, the second baseman. Pitch from Ryan Flesh is swung on and missed. The back pick by Casper is not in time. We've seen him do that a couple times now, Marty.
Yes, and he certainly has a good arm and accurate too.
Yeah.
Just as important, but Bowling didn't seem to be taking much of a lead. But you're right, he's a fast runner. You got to keep track of him.
Bowling had 34 stolen bases his senior year in college. As he lines that one in the center field, but Ames tracks it down and makes the catch for the second out.
I think they better keep a closer look at Bowling now.
Senior year at Lewis University, finished the season with 34 stolen bases. As that'll bring up Rick Gazarick. Gazarick, the right fielder, hitting cleanup in the Rockies order. As that one's taken for a strike right on that outside corner. Perfect spot for Ryan Flesh.
Bowling taking a pretty nice lead now.
See if he's on the move sometime in this at bat. Gazarick lines one to center field, going back. Ames, he's still back, and it's over his head and off the wall. Bowling's around third, and he's on his way home. Haas will have no play, and it's a double for Gazarick and an RBI as well. 2-1 Sheboygan.
Yeah, that one just kept going. Ames got a good break on it, but there's no way he's going to catch up to that ball.
A lot of line drives so far for the Rockies. A lot of hard hit contact. Off a pitcher who doesn't really give up that kind of contact. Mike Shellhorn, the first baseman, is now the hitter. With the runner in scoring position, the tying run early in this game. Swing and a miss at that first pitch from Ryan Flesh. But even though it's the first inning, we mentioned that these shorter games, each inning is that much more valuable. Pitch to Shellhorn is swung on and missed. Shellhorn's a new name. I don't recall him playing in any of the 4 games.
I was looking to see if he was on your sheet. He wasn't on there. And you're right, I don't see his name on any of my score sheets from that early season 4-game set.
Shellhorn hits it softly to first. Jurgensen is there, and he steps on the bag for the final out. The Rockies answer with a run and cut the lead in half to 2-1 Sheboygan as we head to the second inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Top of the second action is about ready to get going. Sheboygan will have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Chase Hanselman, Nick Tenney, and Cal Casper.
Sheboygan comes into tonight's game 15-9. They're in first place in the Wisconsin State League with a 9-3 record. And they're 3-3 in the Newble after their loss last night at Menasha, 5-1.
Hanselman had a great day yesterday in Menasha, had 3 hits. Went 3 for 5. Takes that one in there for a strike. Brought his average up to 311. As we're nearing the halfway point in the season for Sheboygan. Finelli switching up the windup a little bit. Pitches inside. He was up at 1-1. Both teams had 2 hits in the first inning. Both teams put up a run. Sheboygan put up multiple as they lead at 2-1 as we're early in the second inning. As Hanselman takes it outside. 2-1 now on the A's right fielder.
One thing we did find out in the top of the first was the Chicago right fielder has a good arm.
Not as accurate as probably his teammates would have liked, but strong arm nonetheless.
You know, when you think about it, if they would have got lucky, the throw was strong enough, could have maybe hit the brick or the cement, and then it bounces back to home plate and they get our guy at home.
That's bailed out a couple pitchers on wild pitches in the past. 2-2 pitch now on Hanselman. Takes it outside, 3-2.
Hanselman with 6 walks on the season.
And he had 2 stolen bases yesterday. He's got 4 stolen bases, and he's got 2 in 2 separate games. Full count pitch to Hanselman is hit in the air, right side, and that'll be foul and into the Rockies bullpen area. Count remains full on Hanselman.
Chase in his 3rd year with Sheboygan.
Pitch to him. Hits that one and left side. Through for a base hit. 4 hits in the last 2 games now for Chase, and he leads off the second with a single.
Finelli certainly doesn't look like he did that game back in May. Sheboygan getting some good rips on him.
Brings up Nick Tenney. It's definitely a different experience for Sheboygan hitters so far at the plate. And again, that's early season games where you haven't played too much. You're coming off your college season, maybe a little worn out from that as well. As Tenney gets hit by the first pitch he sees, and first 2 men reach for Sheboygan. Cal Casper's going to have a chance to extend the A's lead.
Cal got the game-winning hit on Wednesday night with that ball that just snuck through the infield on the right side. Diving stop by the Green Bay second baseman. Outstanding play, actually, by him. but Wagner with a little better speed. And I was looking, I actually watched it. I didn't watch the whole game, but I did watch the end. And that throw where the pitcher cut it off may not have been a bad idea because it was off the plate. Where the
Casper shows bunts and gets it down right in front of the pitcher's mound, and he'll be thrown out at first base, but advances the runners. So give Casper a sacrifice.
The mistake happened for that pitcher when he tossed it to his catcher. So he threw it up at eye level.
Yep.
And then the catcher had to come all the way down and try and tag the runner who was across home plate by then.
And you think it might not make much of a difference, but if that throws right on the plate, could have easily been a different scenario for Sheboygan. Then you're wondering why Wagner would have gone on that play.
Right.
And
I tried to see if Tim had sent him or not, and I really couldn't tell. It's like he took the initiative on his own.
You can either look like a genius or an idiot in that situation. Wagner looked like a genius because the A's ended up winning that ball game as Haas hits it to third base. Lugo fields and throws, not in time to get past the first baseman Shellhorn around third, and scoring is Tenney. And Haas strolls in the second base, and it is 4-1 Sheboygan.
Well, base hit and an error on the third baseman.
Give Haas a base hit, as Marty just mentioned. And he extends the Sheboygan lead. And advances to second as well. Sheboygan managed 3 runs off Finelli in May in his 6 innings pitched, and already given up 4 through just an inning and a third. I mentioned those 9 players they have. It's going to be difficult if Finelli can't give them innings.
Yeah, right.
We see that one game where Sheboygan put up 8 runs in that inning, and then they had to go to Mike Martin on the mound, and he shut down the A's lineup for the rest of that game. As Ames hits it foul right side, not a play.
What's nice about this is there's only 1 out.
Cal Casper's sacrifice bunt is the only out recorded in this second inning. Sheboygan's put back-to-back crooked numbers on the board. Finelli steps off and checks over to Haas on second, but nothing doing. Ames had a double as Haas is on the move, and that pitch hit Ames, and give him 11 as he extends his team lead, and it's not a small team lead either, with his 11th hit by pitch of the season. Just continues to find ways.
He's an on-base machine, that's for sure.
And Haas will have to return to second base as the hit by pitch is a dead ball. So it'll be first and second for Sheboygan for Riley Palmquist. Palmquist singled his last time up. And came around and scored. Already a 3-run relief for Sheboygan. Haas is on the move again. The throw from Spears to third is on the bag, but not in time. As Ames advances to second on the play as well, and second and third for Sheboygan with 1 out. That was a close play.
It was a good play. If he could have got it there on the fly, I think they had him. But we saw this against Green Bay several times, and the Green Bay catcher always threw to second. And he got us, I think, 2 out of 3 times. The other one he threw into center field. But
a lot of times that trail runner doesn't expect the throw going to them. As Palmquist hits it high, bouncer. Third baseman Lugo throws. Did he keep his foot on the bag? He did, but a run scores on the play and make it 5-1 Sheboygan.
Well, let's get a little bit nervous with Darius Lugo. You know, he likes to do the throw on the run, which is fine, but he's not quite as accurate as when he has his feet set.
As that'll bring up Jacob Neese, who had kind of that awkward swing his last time up. Neese takes the first pitch strike in there. Runner on third base is Ames. Chance for Sheboygan to get a little more insurance. You can never have enough runs.
That's for sure.
Neese again, the same type of swing, and that left shoulder is feeling it right now for Neese.
And again, it was a pitch I was inside trying to back out of the way.
It was almost deja vu. to the first inning
Yeah,
swing.
exactly.
And he showing his frustration as anyone would in that situation.
Tim, I think, is going to have to pull him out of the game. Unless they send Tim up like they did that one Milwaukee Brewer pitcher a couple years ago with the instructions of do not swing the bat. Do you remember that?
I've done
They
it with
ran out of position players, and the pitcher had a bat. This does not look good, though. Tim is going to be out of the game.
and just hope everything's all right with Nice. It looked awkward the first time and looked like he was kind of messing around with it, trying to find a way to comfort that
right.
shoulder in the bottom half of the first inning. And
Mox
taking
and
that swing.
Kearns coming up.
Kearns will be the replacements. If Kearns were to strike out, it would be Nice's strikeout, as there's already 2 strikes on the batter.
What if he gets a base hit?
I assume it would be him because he's the one who took the swing. As hits that one softly to second. And the fielder by Jordan to throw to first is in time to get Kearns. But Sheboygan puts up 3 more, and they lead it 5-1 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Nice spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family-owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community, and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Some defensive switches for Sheboygan before the bottom of the second inning starts. George Haas, who was originally at second base, is now third baseman. Moxon Kearns, who came in for Jacob Nice, goes to second base. As that first pitch is hitting the right field, Hanselman chasing after it, and it'll get down, fair ball. And it'll be a base hit for the pitcher, Finelli, trying to help himself out on the mound.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be Fuvell, and he'd have to go all the way back and bat again. Wear him out.
Waste some energy. Todd Garanci gets ready to step in for the Rockies. The father of A's pitcher Gavin Garanci.
It's a nice moment in that weekend series where they got together and had their picture taken behind home plate.
Thought about how rare that moment is, no matter what type of baseball that you're playing.
Right.
Pitch to him is lined down the right field line again, but fouling off the pull again. Wow, that is the 3rd time now this week we've seen that happen.
The only difference tonight, no Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Come on, Danny, get to work over there. CJ not here tonight. You know what that means? We can talk about him.
Wonder if he's listening.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. Pitch is in there to Garanci, and it's quick 0-2 on the left fielder for the Chicago Rockies. Ryan Flesch, a pitch. Breaking ball is high. Ryan Flesh struck out the first batter he saw, my partner Mike Martin, and he hasn't had a strikeout since.
Pinelli not taking a real big lead at first.
Pitch is outside again. We talk about running all the way back for a foul ball. You probably don't want to waste too much energy on the bases if you don't have to, at least.
Right.
As a pitcher.
Well, I wouldn't expect him to be running.
2-2 pitch to Goronski is hit foul and turned into a pretty quality at bat for Goronski. Ryan Flesh gave up the 2 hits in the first inning, and one of them came around and scored. Mike Bowling was the one who scored on the double from Gazarek. As another one low to Goronski, and the count runs full from 0-2 to 3-2.
Exactly, I was just thinking that.
Chicago ready with 2 errors. One of those cost them a run. And swung on and missed. Gets him back in the count just to strike him out anyway for Brad Reinflesh for the first out of the second inning.
Looked like he couldn't catch up with the fastball, and in all honesty, I didn't think the pitch was that fast.
Maybe he's looking breaking ball. You'd have to expect in the situation.
Could
Brad
have
tried
been
to put him away.
Just a good spot, too.
Yeah.
The old saying is, Lucas, it's hard to catch up with the high hard one.
Yes.
And that pitch was up in the strike zone.
It looks good for so long, and all of a sudden you realize that
Yeah,
it's really
exactly.
well above the zone. Jeremy Spears, the catcher, is at the play as that one's taken low. It's 1-1 now on him. Sheboygan's got out to a 5-1 lead after putting up 2 runs in the first inning. They put up another 3 after Chicago responded with the 1 in the bottom half of the first. So there's been runs in all 3 frames so far. The 1-1 pitch is popped up, but it's going to be out of play. There it is. I was waiting for it to hit
That was the roof ball. That is awfully loud.
1-2 now. After a loud strike, but not a long foul, just a loud, literally strike to Spears. As he hits that one softly behind first base, as get down for a base hit. No man's land there. Perfect spot to hit it for Spears, and he's on. And now 2 men on for Chicago. 1 out.
Well, the tough part is you're looking at your 8 and 9 hitters, and the number 8 guy gets on with a ball hitting the right spot.
Not much you can do there if you're Jimmy.
No.
Brings up Darius Lugo, the third baseman. He's gotten a lot of action early. Defensively. Hits with 2 runners on. Finelli on at second. And Spears, who just had the Texas League blooper base hit, is on at first.
Chicago doing pretty good in their Midwest Suburban League. They're in second place with a 9-3 record.
Pitch is up there again. It's 2-0.
So you said this was a WABC, and that stands for?
Wisconsin Amateur Baseball Classic Tournament.
So what's the Illinois team doing up here?
It's, from what I know, it's the best amateur teams in Wisconsin and Illinois, which doesn't make sense why it's called the Wisconsin
okay,
Amateur.
all right. Just wanted to check it out with somebody in the know.
Yeah. That's what they call me. It's 2-1 on Lugo.
So Moyer not only taking care of his managerial duties, he's also taking over as a taller version of Jackson Tillman.
We saw Ames do it earlier, and now we got the manager on the ball boy duties. 2-1 now on Lugo. 2 men on for Chicago. Down 4 runs. Is that tying runs on deck. As that one hit on the ground, past Haas's glove at third, and it'll be in there for a base hit. And the bases are now full of Rockies with just 1 out in the second inning.
Another seeing eye single. That one just getting by George Haas.
And now you're at the top of the order with Mike Martin. Chicago in those 4 games versus Sheboygan in May hit just .234 against the A's, but they're known for their offense. They average over 6 runs per game in the Midwest Suburban League as Martin fouls it off. The guy you don't want to face in this situation is Bowling. He's done some damage against Sheboygan. He was definitely the best hitter that the A's saw in May. He's the one that did the most damage. You want to say you feel comfortable with a 4-run lead coming into this inning, but all of a sudden,
all of a sudden,
comfort level has started to go down. Yeah, swing and a miss from Martin.
that's what happens when you get those kind of hits where you'd hope they'd be an out, but just it's like it's got eyes, you know. It's just
Exactly.
finding the hole and getting in there.
Not a lot of hard hit contact in this inning from the Rockies, as look like Spears is going to be on the move as that one's outside, and it's 1-2. I should say Lugo looked to be on the move, but he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's not always a smart play by the base runner at first to do that.
You're just getting yourself into more trouble.
Yeah,
Potential back pick
and
from
we already
Casper.
saw what Casper can do with his throwdowns.
Ryan Flesch got the bases loaded behind him, trying to get Martin and find a pathway out of this inning. That one's outside and past Casper, but Finelli not thinking about coming home. That's what happens. So beneficial to have an athletic catcher like Casper to get to it quickly.
Exactly. And the other thing that helped a lot was he saw right where the ball went, so he's able to go directly to it. We saw the other night where a ball stayed by home plate, but he didn't know where it was, and it's like, oh, man.
Had the fans helping him out on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
2-2 on Martin. That one's outside and dangerous territory now for Ryan Flesch. Bases loaded, full count and just 1 out. Got to think he chows him with a fastball, right?
I would think so.
See what Ryan Flesch does in this big situation early in this game. Pitch is called, strike 3. He got him. Martin doesn't agree with it, but it looked pretty good from up here. And
Looked
Martin's
awfully good. I think what it looked like to me was Martin is trying to sell it right away because he knew it was going to be close.
Bowling's been up with the bases loaded against Sheboygan before and hit one over the fence. That would be dangerous if he did that again. It would tie the ball game up. He had a single in the first, hits that one foul.
Mike, not a real big guy, but broad shoulders, you know, big upper torso, and packs a lot of power.
And you know what he's feeling? He's very animated. He's showing in his time that
Yeah.
he's placed the A's. Base is still loaded, but now 2 outs for Ryan Flesch. Pitch is
Ooh.
just outside.
Yeah, it looked like a good breaking ball.
1-1. Chicago ready with 5 hits. Just the 1 run. Ryan Flesch trying to keep it that way. Pitch is just outside again. Just missing that outside corner to Bowling right now.
Mike
one-
Martin took Ryan Fleisch all the way to a 3-2 count. Let's hope it doesn't get to that with the bowling.
You want to avoid those 3-ball counts, put so much pressure on the pitcher with the bases loaded. Bowling hits it sharply on the ground and past the A's infield. 1 runs in. Around third is Spears, and he's going to score. Advancing the third is Lugo, and a 2 RBI single from Mike Bowling brings Chicago back in it.
I don't know
Ouch.
about you, Lucas, but it seems to me it looks like the defenders are just not getting good jumps on the ball.
Yeah,
I mean, there's another ball. I'm not saying we'd have gotten an out on it, but at least it could have been possibly been knocked down, and only 1 run scores on the hit.
mentioned earlier when Lugo had his hit through the left side of the infield, not a lot of hard hit contact. Brings up Mitch Jordan, runners on the corners, and there goes Bowling, and that one perfectly executed hit and run. Another run scores. Bowling advances to third. It's 5-4 now. And this is becoming what we said was going to be a pitcher's duel. It's become the complete opposite.
Exactly. That was excellently executed. You could see the second baseman ran over to cover the base on the steal attempt, and that's right where the ball was hit.
Rick Gazarek is now the hitter. He's the one who had that RBI double that brought in Bowling in the first inning. And he's got Bowling on base again. This time on third. That one swung on and missed. And again, the Rockies respond.
They did nicely. You can say what you want about the kind of base hits they're getting, but hey, they're getting hits and they're getting them at the right time.
0-1 pitch. Gazarek takes one inside. It's even at 1-1. 7 hits in the first, not even 2 innings for Chicago. Yet they still find themselves trailing. But another base hit, and they'll be even at least. 1-1 pitch. Gazarek checks swing, and again over the head of Jurgensen, and another run's going to score. Jordan on his way to third, he'll be there. And man, the soft hit contact, exit hits over exit velocity, proven to be factual in this second inning.
Oh man. Ninth hitter of the inning. The other thing we didn't talk about, but you know, as they mount the number of base hits they get, they turn the line over more frequently. You start to see Brad more than once or twice, and all of a sudden you get a little more comfortable with that. And it just seemed to snowball.
6 hits in the inning, all singles. As advancing to second base is Gazarek. And Mars on second, third now, and a chance to take the lead after Sheboygan looked to be well in control coming into this bottom of the second. 10 runs combined, and we're not even through 2 innings yet. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4.
We've seen big innings from the Chicago club the first time around. They got 7 in that one in a 1-1 game. They ended up winning 8-1. They had 7 runs in the top of the 7th, and then one of the Saturday games they got 4 in one inning, and then 5 in the next. And hey,
it was a series of big innings. Sheboygan had an 8-run inning, then they had a 3-run inning that helped Recolytus get the win in that game. As it's a quick 0-2 on Shellhorn.
See if Brad can finish him off.
Shellhorn ended the first inning, and he's in danger of doing the same in the second. Pitch is hit softly on the infield. Ryan Flesch calls everyone off and makes the catch, but not before the Rockies get 4 and tie this game up at 5 as we head to the third.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me smells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Top of the third, Connor Lash ready to lead it off in what is now a tie game. 5-5. An offensive duel as Lash hits it softly to short. The throw to first from Martin. A strong throw in time to get Lash. What a cannon he's got over there at short.
We saw Martin do some pitching earlier this year, and he does throw pretty hard from the mound, and he can throw it just as hard from shortstop.
Reminds me of you.
No, I never threw that hard.
Jimmy Jurgensen comes to the plate as he takes it low. The A's have gotten the leadoff batter on base in both the first and second inning. And not the same story here in the third. Sheboygan only got 3 hits to get their 5 runs, while it's 8 hits for the Rockies to get their 5. As Jurgensen hits one deep to right field, and everyone is going to watch that one fly over the scoreboard. Sheboygan takes the lead back on a Sheboyganer.
Oh, great. I was watching the 2 outfielders, and they just stood there and were admiring the home run.
Wow. Jimmy Jurgensen blast off to give Sheboygan the lead back.
What are the chances that we win this game 6-5?
I'd say 0. First 5 frames played, a run had been scored in each of them. 2 for Sheboygan, followed by 3 in the second, and then 1 so far in the third, and then 1 in the first for Chicago, followed by a 4 spot in the second. So we got the current 6-5 scoreline. Sheboygan being the road team, definitely advantages on the Rockies side.
Yes, you'd always want to be the home team, you're right.
Hanselman now the hitter, as that one is outside. You know, when Jimmy hits a home run, man, you know it off the bat. A lot of times they aren't cheap.
One of his longest.
That is for sure. Over the sky. Have you ever seen that in your time here? Over the scoreboard. Wow. Too bad we don't have StatCast powered by AWS for the distance on that one. It's 2-1 on Hanselman. Hanselman single his last time up. He's 4 for his last 7. It hits that one softly to Lugo, and it's under his glove.
What do you think,
E5
Lucas? E5?
Lugo. I mean, was it a do or die play in your opinion?
No.
Didn't think so either. Hanselman reaches.
So Sheboygan has 5 hits and no errors, 6 runs. We're missing a hit on the scoreboard, and they have 8 hits.
Brings up Nick Tenney. First pitch to Tenney is high. Tenney came into the day hitting 241, and that's what he's still hitting after he got hit by a pitch. And he came around and scored. And on the move is Hanselman as Tenney hits one in the shallow right field, and there to make the catch. And the throw over to first is not in time. Wow, that was close. Hanselman got back just in time. What a throw by Gazarek in right. It'll go down as an F9, but it feels a lot more than that.
You know, I think if that drops, he wouldn't have been able to go to third either because he had to wait.
Yeah. Great speed by Hanselman to beat that throw back. As now it's Cal Casper. Pitch to Casper is outside. Cal is 0 for 0 as he hits that one in the shallow left field. Bowling running in, dives, and he made the catch. Wow, is he special out there in center. As the A's take the lead back on Jurgensen home run, but that's all they'll get. 1 run feels like a small number so far tonight. 6-5 Sheboygan as we head to the bottom of the third.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Back for the bottom of the third. Sheboygan regained the lead on Jurgensen's home run to the moon. That's 6-5 A's. But a one-run margin is basically like a tie game. And what we've seen so far, 11 runs in the first 2.5 innings between the two sides. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Finelli, Goronski, and Spears the same who started off the second inning.
It was like that game on Wednesday night where neither pitcher could get a 1-2-3 inning till about the 5th or 6th.
That was a low-scoring game.
It was a low-scoring game, but there was a lot of traffic. This one, there's a lot of traffic and a lot of runs.
13 hits between the two sides as well.
We got the same situation as the second, Lucas. We're starting with the 6th hitter.
Yep.
And 6, 8, and 9 got hits, but they certainly weren't impressive hits, finding the openings. Hopefully Brad has a little better luck in navigating through this part of the order.
And Sheboygan hasn't had as much luck as we just saw. That shallow fly out that Bowling made an incredible sliding catch on.
Almost getting the double play too.
Yes.
Or no, that would have been
that was
right fielder.
Kazarek's catch. Robbed Cal Casper of a hit. It's 1-2 now on Finelli, the pitcher. Wonder how long he's going to go in this game. Only with 9 players on Chicago. Have to play an outfield position. Or infield, I guess. If he does come out of the game.
Yeah, it's the second time now Chicago hitters have called timeout just before Brad was ready to deliver the pitch.
Pitch to him is, again, hit softly in the right, but Hanselman's there, and he makes the catch for the first out. Big to get that first out of the inning on the leadoff hitter.
What I noticed on that last pitch, actually, was Hanselman was shaded towards the line. And when Finelli got his hit the last at bat, it was right down the right field line. You know, he's not getting around on Brad.
That's a great adjustment.
Yeah, but then he wound up hitting it more towards straightaway right, and Chase had to run over and catch it, which he did.
Goronski fouls it off left side. Goronski's one of the 3 strikeouts for Ryan Flesch, one of the 2 players to strike out, as Martin has struck out twice. As he hits that one, and by the A's bullpen, run after Haas, and get out of the way as some of the A's players stand in front of the dugout.
It almost looked like they interfered with him.
Would have been a difficult catch even if they weren't there.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot of range needed for Hosty to make it close. So
George showing the good wheels, though.
Yeah. 0-2 on Goronski. Ryan Flesch trying to put up the first scoreless half inning. As Goronski pops up again, Haas chasing after it, and he does not have a play on it. Lands on the warning track by the tarp of the A's dugout.
Goronski is the classic example of a slap hitter. You know, he's just trying to stay alive, put the ball in play.
Especially with 2 strikes, shorten up that swing, take that
Yep.
stride out of it.
Exactly.
It's 0-2 on him. And he calls time. Ryan Flesch had the long look in, and looked like Goronski was getting uncomfortable.
Goronski making Brad Work going old style with the stirrup socks.
Pitch, and it hit him.
Ah,
And Goronski will be on. It's unfortunate, an 0-2 count to put base runner on via the hit by pitch. But that's what Ryan Flesh does as Spears is coming up. Pitch count is riding up there already for the A's pitcher.
we'll be right back here tomorrow. We have an 11 o'clock game versus the Milwaukee Tropics. And then a game later in the day. I don't know if that's a 4 p.m. game or a 6 o'clock game against the Beavers. Do you know what time that game is? The
It's
second
4.
one? 4 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay.
It's not the usual doubleheader that Sheboygan is used to on the weekends, the 1 and 3 or the 3 and 5. It's
Right.
11 and 4 as part of this WABC tournament. Quick 2-0 on Spears. Spears reached on a base hit that was just behind Jurgensen.
Yeah,
at
just over his
first.
head.
In there for a strike. Sometimes, as they say, it's better to be lucky than good.
Certainly was the case in the second inning for Chicago. But they put the ball in play.
2-1, and Spears hits it softly. Haas to second for 1. The first, not in time. The A's get 1 on the fielder's choice. Ground out by Spears. Make it 2 outs in the inning. Darius Lugo now the hitter with 2 outs. Lugo also singled one of those 6 hits in the second inning. Swing and a miss. A heavy hack by Lugo.
I think it would be safe to say, Lucas, that I've never seen Brad give up 6 hits in an inning. Never.
He's been dominant for the A's across his time. Just swing and a miss. That one, another back pick. Not in time. You always got to be alert if you're Jurgensen at first base. Kyle Casper will throw it over there anytime. It's 0-2 on Lugo. Lugo's had to work hard at third base so far defensively. A's keep hitting it to him as he pops that one up way up there into the night sky. Haas trying to find it, and he does. And he makes the catch for the 3rd out. The first scoreless half inning comes at the hands of Brad Rindfleisch. And it's 6-5 Sheboygan as we head to the 4th.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Top of the 4th, George Haas will lead it off, followed by Alex Ames and Riley Palmquist, 9-1-2 for Sheboygan. Haas singled on that ball to Lugo that got past the first baseman, Shellhorn. And advanced to second on that play as well. And eventually came around and scored in that second inning. One of the 3 runs Sheboygan got in that second frame. Looking to do the same here, get a leadoff man on base for the A's. To extend the lead, Ryan Flesh was able to shut down the Rockies' order in the 3rd inning. Up the first 0 for either side. Sheboygan clinging to that 1-run lead as we're in the 4th inning now. Almost halfway through this game. Or I should say we are halfway through this game now.
But I don't know exactly when we started, but if we did start at 7:30, we're over an hour into the game. So it's certainly not a very quick game by any means.
That's what 11 runs and 13 hits will do to you. Haas fouls it off the screen right side. George started the game at second base, but due to Jacob Neese's injury, he had to move to third.
We have not,
Kearns.
yeah, we haven't heard anything about Jacob either.
And the pitch is low. He ends up at 1-1. Hoping he's all right. Such a valuable piece to this team, offensively, defensively, and as a leader. He's one of the veterans on this ball club. As Haas hits it on the ground, Lugo again fields and throws. That one's on the mark to get Haas for the first out of the 4th.
Got the glove down that time, Lucas.
That's for sure. Able to get the leadoff hitter. Back-to-back innings now for Finelli that he's gotten leadoff hitter via a ground out.
Alex's on-base percentage going up with that double and the hit by pitch.
Leader on the team in the hit by pitch category. Nearly got hit by another one right there. He has a kind of like little twist.
Yeah, where he leans in.
You get used to it. Maybe it doesn't hurt as much after a while. Or you think they all hurt the same?
Oh, they definitely don't all hurt the same. That's for sure.
2-0 on him. Looks like Spears is trying to bark out instructions to his pitcher. That one's in there for a strike. 2-1 now on Ames.
Nice breaking ball by the Rockies pitcher. Haven't seen too many of those from him.
And Ames lines it to center field, going back, Boyne still back, but he makes the catch. Difficult play over his head, didn't get a great first step on it, but still able to make the catch in center.
It's a good outfielder, that's for sure.
And he's shown that time in and time out. Riley Palmquist now, he's 1 for 2. Had a single back in the first. Seems like a distant time ago.
Yes,
We're only
it
in
does.
The 4th.
Yeah. A couple of productive at-bats with the single and scoring a run, and then the ground out produced a run too.
Palmquist takes it low. Good scoop by Spears. Sheboygan scored in every single inning, the first 3. In danger of not doing it in this one, as this one's hitting the right center field and making the catch is Kazarik. And that will end that 3-inning streak of runs. But they still hold the lead. That's all that matters at the end of the day. 6-5 Sheboygan as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. Thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Bottom of the 4th. Sheboygan up 1. top of the order due up for Chicago. Mike Martin, Mike Bowling, Mitch Jordan. I knew it was going to happen at some point. I was going to say Colorado.
Too bad Jordan's name is Mitch, because then we could have 3 Mikes in a row.
Yeah. And not a Michael either, just Mike.
Hey, Bill, could you say who's batting again? I kind of like that.
Mike Martin.
Ta-da.
On the field and in the booth as he takes the first pitch outside.
I saw Mike walking across the street, so I stepped outside and waved at him. You know what he said? Hi, Mr. Martin. Cool.
Pitch is in there for a strike. He's up at 1-1. Plan for Ryan Flesch is that he's not going to go the whole game. We don't know exactly how far he's going to go as Martin gets the bunt down, but foul. Didn't look like he really committed to bunt in that one. Kind of a late decision going for the drag bunt there.
I wonder if Tim's going by innings, or maybe he's just going by what Brad tells him. You know, like, I feel good, I can go again. And
exactly. Which, if that's the way he's going to go, he's probably going to pitch till 7. As Martin gets into one into left field, but Tenney got to play on it and makes the catch for the first out.
This is I shouldn't say anything, but I will. It's beginning to seem more like a regular baseball game.
Well, there's no way you can go all 7 innings with that kind of hitting. There's just
right.
no way. For both sides, both teams were hitting it very well. It always comes back to the mean, the average, at the end of the day. This is a guy who kind of ignores the averages, though, on offense. Mike Bowling, he's 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
The best part about that is we've kept him in the ballpark.
Yeah, exactly. He's got 5 hits now in 5 games as he shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a ball.
Umpire looked like he was getting ready to call a strike, but then he did not.
And there's one. The right center field sends Ames back there, and he makes the catch. What a running play by Alex Ames. That ball looked destined for the gap, but he covered some ground there. Make that catch.
That was a bad pitch by Brad. He threw him a hanging breaking ball and left it right up in his eyes, and thank goodness he didn't make us pay.
Definitely hit it in the barrel.
Yeah, I didn't think there was any way Alex was going to get there, but he really showed good speed.
Brings up Mitch Jordan. Jordan is 1 for 2.
I would say that's probably Chicago's hardest hit ball, too.
I'd say so, yeah. Bowling's hit it hard a couple times, though. His first at bat, he hit the ball hard.
Thing is, you know, he hit the ball really hard. I really squared up on that.
Yeah, that
You're
one
just
definitely
out.
was harder hit. Yeah.
You're just out.
Yeah.
And then you get...
Yeah, what's the point if you can get
right.
a little
like
pop
we got
up?
Spears and Lugo, you know, tick it off the end of the bat, and all of a sudden they're sitting there with a base hit.
It's 1-1 on Jordan.
Baseball's a funny game that way.
It is. Breaking ball right in there. Had Jordan's knees locked up. Moves the count to 1-2. Pitch away from a 3-up, 3-down inning for Ryan Flesch. Fouls that one back. The A's went 3-up, 3-down as well in the top half of the 4th. After the way this game started, you never thought you'd see that. 1-2. Jordan thought about it, but took it way outside. Ames cut up at 2-2. What's really killed Chicago is the 3 errors.
Yes.
Just extra outs, especially when Sheboygan was hitting the ball well. Not something they could afford to do. Swing and miss by Jordan. He got him swinging. And Ryan Flesch goes 1, 2, 3, and it's 6-5 as we head to the 5th.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code. that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Top of the fifth. Finelli's still out there. With his team down a run, 6-5, 3, 4, and 5 for Sheboygan, the heart of the order.
I got some good
Kearns,
news for us.
Lash, and Jurgensen.
For Brad, he's retired the last 5 hitters.
He's really found it.
6 of the last 7.
Put up back-to-back zeros after an uncharacteristic start to the game for him.
7 of the last 8.
Just keep going. Keep adding it up. I don't want to jinx it now, but remember, right when Jimmy hit the home run, he says, is there any chance this game ends 6-5? And now...
We're getting a little closer.
Here we are. And I said there's 0% chance, and it feels like that's kind of shifting a little bit.
Well, I
Percentages
wouldn't
going
mind
up.
if it ended up where we were on top,
Oh,
8-5.
100%. Yeah,
I mean, what the heck?
30-5. Moxon Kearns steps in as the leadoff hitter in the 5th. As Kearns lines it to right field, but right in the path of Gazarick, and he makes the catch for the first out.
Our problem is we're hitting it just a little too hard.
You don't hear that very often, do you? Brings up Connor Lash. Lash is 0 for 2. He's got 2 hits on his young season.
Right. And I missed a lot of time early in the month of June and all of May.
Adjusting from that Concordia season where it hit nearly 400 into collegiate ball with the A's. As he hits that one softly to third again at Lugo. This time he picks it. Throw is low, but it's picked out there by Shellhorn for the second out. More like a ground ball to Shellhorn at first.
Yeah.
Got the job done though. 2 quick outs.
Well, Lugo's been throwing a lot of those type of throws to first where they bounce, and Shellhorn getting a lot of practice.
Now Jurgensen, the ball from his last at-bat still hasn't landed as he comes up for the second time. Third time, I should say.
Jimmy's the club leader now in home runs, or tied with Harry
He
at
has
5?
5, and he's got 4.
4, okay.
He did tie Harry for RBIs now. They're both tied at 20.
Okay.
Quick 2-0 on Jimmy. Pitch to him is low. And 3-0, and I don't think Finelli wants to make another mistake.
You know, we talked about Brad and his retired in a row. Finelli is retired, see, 2, 5, 7 in a row. He's looked very good all of a sudden.
Pitch is in there for a strike. And both pitchers have weathered the storm that was the early part of this game. As Jimmy could not check his swing, he went around. And from 3-0 to 3-2 now on Jurgensen. Three and two outs. Jimmy holds his swing and draws the walk, ending that batter retired in a row streak from Finelli. He's starting to look like that pitcher that we saw back in May.
Yes. Ty Pensky went down and checked on Jacob Neese, and he definitely has a shoulder injury. They're not sure if there was some kind of a dislocation involved or what exactly it was, but he's definitely out for tonight. Hopefully he's going to be able to come back tomorrow.
Handsome hits it softly. Martin charging, bare hands, the throws as he held on to it. Looked like he threw it. He had me fooled. As it'll be a single for Chase Hanselman. Hanselman's been on all 3 times, 2 of them hits.
Denny with an RBI chance.
Brings up Nick Tenney. Tenney is 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch back in the second. RBI opportunity for him to give Sheboygan some breathing room. We get in the later stages of this game. As Tenney hits it softly. Finelli, it's off his glove. Martin again trying to barehand and again has to hold on to it. And 2 hits in a row for Sheboygan, both to Martin, and both haven't come out of his hand. And this is the things we were seeing from Chicago back in the second.
Right.
Cal Casper a chance with the bases loaded. He got robbed last time by Mike Bowen in center field. Made a sliding catch on his back. Took away a base hit from Casper. First pitch to Cal is right on the outside corner for a strike. Sheboygan now up to 7 hits. 15 total between the Rockies and A's. Rockies with 8. As that one gets past Spears, on his way home is Jurgensen, and he's going to stroll in there. Sheboygan takes a 2-run lead. It's 7-5 A's.
That was really good for Sheboygan. Get that lead up to 2 and still have 2 runners in scoring position. Anything hit to the outfield should score 2.
Especially with the speed out there from Tenney in second. Another wild pitch would for sure score Hanselman at third. 1-1 on Casper, takes it outside. For Finelli now he's got a base to work with, but he did concede a run to have that ability. 2-1 on Casper.
Good
Pitch
check by
outside
Cal.
again. Deceptive breaking ball, but Cal was able to hold back. George Haas is on deck. Might have a big RBI opportunity if Casper gets walked or gets a base hit. The pitch is hit on the ground softly. It could be a tough play for Lugo, and he lets it roll foul. What a smart play by the Rockies' third baseman.
Moyer kicking it in the fairground. I was going to say, 2 quick outs for Sheboygan, and all of a sudden you get a walk, a hit, and a wild pass ball, wild pitch, and you got to run.
Yeah.
Never too
Two-out
late.
rally.
Yep, 2-out rally.
I would say sometimes for a third baseman, especially an infielder making a play, you're trying to make the play so quick you don't even know where it is on the field. And a very high IQ play by Lugo to let it roll foul. Saved the run for sure. He wouldn't have had a play at Casper at first. As Casper takes the ball, and he draws the walk, and bases are loaded again. Feels like that offense is starting to come back now for Sheboygan. Hopefully it doesn't go into Chicago's side as well in this bottom half of this inning.
The walk isn't such a bad deal for Chicago because now they got to
definitely
force an any base, and there are 2 outs. And hopefully
George Haas, big situation for him. As he pops it up, will it stay in play? Shellhorn chasing, but it's off the netting. And it's 0-1.
I like that idea, swinging at the first pitch.
Finelli coming off a walk to Casper and attacking early. Nowhere to put Haas. So it's going to be a lot of challenge pitches you would assume from Finelli on the mound. As that one inside and evens it up at 1-1.
Finelli only has 2 walks in the game, and they've both came in this 5th inning.
No wind at all in center field. Flag is still. Beautiful night for baseball. As Haas swings at the breaking ball and comes up empty. It's 1-2 on Haas. Already mentioned the first 2 are retired in this inning before walk, single, wild pitch walk. It's giving Sheboygan a run, and the base is loaded with 2 outs. Haas fouls it off. Staying alive. A big situation for Sheboygan. Even though Ryan Flesch has shut down the Rockies' order the past 2 innings, that they're just waiting to add a couple more. 1-2 pitch is hit in the shallow right field, but Gazak will have a play. And he makes the catch for the 3rd out. The A's leave him loaded. but they get one on the wild pitch to extend their lead to 7-5 as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Ryan Flesch remains on the mound for the bottom of the 5th inning. He's been strong in the past 2, put up back-to-back zeros against the Rockies offense that came out swinging in the first 2 frames. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Gazarek, who just ended the inning in the top half of this inning with a catch and right, will lead it off, followed by Shellhorn and Finelli, the pitcher. First pitch to Gazarek is hit sharply in the right field for a base, or left field, I should say, for a base hit. And a leadoff runner on again for Chicago. And Brad's been at his best when he gets that leadoff hitter. The 2 innings that he hasn't.
Yeah,
actually,
not wasting any time. First pitch swinging.
Should say that's the first time that Brad has allowed a leadoff base runner to reach.
He did in the second.
The second, I should say.
Finelli got that hit down the right field side.
Scorecard looks weird because all 9 hitters hit in that inning. Second time it's happened against Ryan Flesch. Shellhorn is 0 for 2. He ended both the first and second inning. He cannot end this 5th inning, as he lines that one up the middle for a base hit, and the first 2 reach for Chicago. And just as Sheboygan's offense picked it up, the Rockies do the same. Back-to-back base hits. You wonder how much longer we'll see Ryan Flesch on the mound. It's going to take a lot to get him out of this game. We know how much he loves to pitch and how deep he can go in the games. Brings up Finelli. The pitcher can give himself some run support right here. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Came around and scored in the second inning.
Doesn't look like he's squaring around the bunt. I wouldn't expect him to be bunting. These guys want to go up there swinging the bat.
1-0 on him, Finelli. Wave and a miss that time. 1-1.
Good fastball by Brad. Good spot too on the outside part of the plate.
Brad takes a breather behind the mound before he comes back on to face Finelli in a big situation. Go-ahead run at the plate in this 5th inning. It's getting late in a 7-inning ball game. Finelli does show a bunt, and they'll throw down the second. They got him in a rundown, and he's going to get out of it, and he's safe. The diving attempt by Palmquist.
I don't know why Haas didn't just go and cover the base.
Haas just got out of the way. Palmquist dove in. Looked like he scraped the leg of Gazarek, but he did not, according to the base umpire, Koss.
The other thing, the other mistake that was made, Lucas, was when the second baseman got the throw, he should have thrown it right to the third baseman, and then you run him back to second base.
Worst case scenario, he stays where he started.
Exactly.
But both runners advance on what should have been at least one out for Sheboygan. And 2-1 count, and time called by Finelli. Tyne runs on second base. Again, Sheboygan felt like they were back in control after putting on that extra run and having shut down the Rockies' offense the past 2 innings. Pitch to Finelli's called strike 3. He got him. Big first out for Rindfleisch on the mound. And Moyer's coming out. You don't think this would be the end of the day for Rindfleisch, especially in this situation. Gave him a breather at least.
Yeah, I still go back to that rundown play, and you think about what could have been, and here they're sitting with runners on second and third instead of us getting it out and keeping that runner on first by running him back to second base.
Goronski's a guy who Rindfleisch has had success against so far. He did hit him with a pitch, but that was out on 0-2 count. He also struck him out, which was a long at bat. Made Rindfleisch work, but he's had his number. As that one gets by Casper, the concrete helps him out, but both runners retreat. And you talked about that on that throw from Kazarik and right, if that concrete helped him.
Yes, and Shellhorn was probably halfway to third base when he had to hustle back, and I thought it was a good decision by Cal not to throw down.
Yes, that could have been dangerous. That throw goes over the head of Haas, and all of a sudden 2 runs are in. Game is tied. 1-0 pitch to Goronski. And that one's low. It's 2-0.
Not sure what the discussion was on the mound. Did you think he wanted to pull him out? And
it would have been a difficult situation to pull him. And Goronski lines it to right field. Hanselman chasing after it. And he dropped it on the warning track. Only one run's going to score. It'll be a long single for Goronski, but it's 7-6 Sheboygan.
I almost think that should be an error because he had it in his glove and he dropped it.
Not an easy play going up against the wall. Didn't know how much space he had.
It's a hit.
Looks like they're getting him a hit, and we'll give him a hit as well. An RBI single for Goronski. And runners on the corners now.
Good effort by Chase.
That pitch is high, especially for outfielders, at least in Wildwood Park and this level of baseball where you're not running back to the wall very often like that. It can be difficult, even with the warning track there, to know where you are.
For sure.
And the last thing you want is to be blindsided by a wall. Great effort, and nearly came up with it for Hanselman.
3 more hits in the inning for Chicago.
1-1. As that one's popped up, Haas and Casper going after it. Who's going to call it? Casper does, and he makes the catch, and a huge second out for Rindfleisch. And there's a way he can keep the lead.
Infielders, no matter who they are, giving Cal a lot of respect on those pop-ups, letting him catch it. And the general rule is the infielders should be taking those because they have a glove that's more adaptable for catching pop-ups. But a lot of respect for Cal on those.
Catcher's glove's definitely the most difficult one to catch pop-up with. Is that one hit to left, chasing after it, Tenney. That's going to get into the A's bullpen, if not over the fence. Foul.
Maybe when we got that home run from Jorge, Jimmy, I should have said, what are the chances of us winning by 1 run? Because right now we do have the 1-run lead.
7-6 the score. One-run lead just doesn't feel like you're ahead at all in a game like this. It's like Chicago's always been knocking at the doors. That one hits softly in right center field, chasing after it. Ames, and he makes the catch. Sheboygan gets out of it with only giving up a run. It's 7-6 A's as we head to the 6th.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
The great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
The Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Top of the 6th, ready to get going. Sheboygan gave up a run, but they still hold the lead. 1, 2, and 3 for the A's. Ames, Palmquist, and Kearns.
Hey, good part of the order, Lucas, to get some runs.
Definitely where you want to be late in the game, right with your heavy hitters. 13 runs combined, 18 hits between the two as well. It's been an offensive showdown. The A's currently hold the advantage, but the slimmest of margins in the game of baseball, 1-run lead. Ames takes one in there for a strike. Both the starters still on the mound despite the offensive output. Through 5 innings for Rindfleisch and Finelli. 5+ now you could classify for Finelli. It's pitched into the 6th. Even though Sheboygan is playing at Wildwood Park, they are considered the road team for this game in the WABC tournament. As Ames hits it sharply to Lugo, misses the pick, bare hand throw is not in time. Ames reaches on a single, we would say, Marty?
No, an error.
E5. I like to help him out.
Me too. I would agree, but sometimes they got to earn it.
Yeah. I was seeing if you would. No, I'm just kidding. I was. Riley Palmquist now. Ames on the move to second. Palmquist shows bunt, and no one's there at second to field the throw. And the easiest stolen base of Ames' career.
Yeah, Palmquist squared the bunt, and then I believe he took it.
Yep.
I don't know that was a strike, but give Ames a stolen base.
No runner in scoring position for Palmquist.
The thing is, if they would have ruled Palmquist interfering with the catcher's throw, then the runner would have been out.
It's very difficult to make that call as an umpire. Sometimes it can be obvious, but other times you don't know if there's intent or not. And even if there isn't, sometimes it's still interference. 1-1 on Palmquist. He had a hit with the runner in scoring position, which was Ames, who led off the game with a double. And Palmquist followed up with a single, as that one's taken high. It's 2-1.
Good speed on the bases. Hit to the outfield, you'd think would score Alex.
Alex, we've talked about ad nauseum, his great speed. Showed it with that stolen base, even though there's no one to cover, as Palmquist hits a bouncer to Martin. He fields and throws, and in time for the first out of the inning, but Ames advances to third.
Good job of base running by Alex.
Hey, you know we don't teach base runners to run the ground ball in front of you.
Exactly.
But Ames got a good read on it and was able to make the play difficult for Martin. I'm sure at this point Chicago just wants it out.
Exactly.
Brings up Connor Lash. Box and Kearns.
Kearns up. I was going to say Kearns in his first 2 times grounded to second and flew out to right, so he's hit the ball both times. Alex better be ready to go.
He has a hard hit ball to Kazarik his last time up. Lined out to right. Is that one fouled? Nearly hit the first base coach. Looks like Kolakowski out there. One and one count on Kearns. And hits that one to first base under the glove of Shellhorn, and a run's going to score. And it's 8-6 Sheboygan on another error. That one I could tell is an error, Marty. E3 on Shellhorn.
You know, if the first baseman makes that play, the run doesn't score.
Yep. Hit too sharply off the bat at Kearns for Ames to score, but it doesn't matter because it went in the outfield under his glove, and it's 8-6 A's. And the runs just keep coming in this game. Brings up Connor Lash, one of the few players not to reach base tonight for Sheboygan. The only player for Sheboygan not to reach base, whether that be via an error or walk or hit. Lash is 0 for 3 on 3 groundouts. 1 to the pitcher, 1 to short, and 1 to third. Another check over on Kearns, and it's not in time. Sheboygan gets another one of those insurance runs. We went from crooked numbers early in the game to now single tallies for both teams. Pitch to Lash is in there for a strike.
Kearns, we know, has decent speed. He doesn't have any stolen bases on the year, but has not had a lot of opportunities.
Hasn't played many games as a member of the A's. See if he attempts to take a bag right here. Get himself in scoring position for one of the A's better hitters from last year. And he hits that one right at Martin. The flip to second for 1. Throw to first is in time. Wow, that is a questionable call by the base umpire, Koss, but it's the only call that matters. As a double play ends the inning for Sheboygan. 8-6 A's as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Bottom of the 6th, about ready to get going. Sheboygan adds another single run to give themselves some insurance and extend their lead to 2, but it's a new pitcher on the mound. Brad Reinflesh is done after 5 innings. Brings on Nolan Sand. You saw Sand against Green Bay. Back-to-back home games, he'll be on the mound for Sheboygan. Sheboygan is coming off a loss. They lost on the road at Menasha last night, 5-1. Cade Volker has been a real strong start for his first year as an A, through 5 scoreless innings for him. But after he came out of the game, defense struggled to come together. 3 errors led to 4 unearned runs.
Nolan Sand comes in with a very high ERA, but he does have a 1-0 record with a save. So this is not new territory for him.
He's been the A's, I'd say, primary relief pitcher, at least at home games.
Making his 6th appearance of the year. I don't know if you mentioned that earlier. You know how that goes, Lucas. You talk and I don't listen.
One ear out the other. As Martin swings and misses at the first pitch. 1-2-3, just like it was for Sheboygan. 2 up for Chicago. Martin, Bowling, and Jordan as Martin shows bunt, gets it down. It's a great one. Sand to throw to first. Got him. Great play. Fielding the position by Nolan Sand to get the first out of the inning on the leadoff batter.
That was a fine play. Nice accurate throw.
Brings up Mike Bowling. Bowling's 2 for 3, and he lined out in deep center field. Ames had to track it down in the gap. As he hits that
the
one
reason,
softly.
Lucas, you want to have a 2-run lead.
Flips to first. Sand got him in time. What a play by Jurgensen and Sand, and back-to-back plays for Nolan Sand where he's showing his Gold Glove ability.
Yeah, he's where he's supposed to be. He got over there very quickly, which is good. And Jimmy had a tough play, throwing across his body like he did, but got the throw right on the money.
And what were you saying, Marty, before the play?
I don't know, that was a pretty long time ago to remember.
Well, inverted plays to start this 6th inning. 1-3 ground out, followed by a 3-1 put out. Mitch Jordan.
With the Bowling up, I was saying he's the reason you want to have a 2-run lead.
Oh, yes, exactly. You want to face him with the bases empty, as Sheboygan did.
Well, not just that, but, he's a home run threat, and if he hits a solo homer, he's still got a 1-run lead.
Exactly. Another roof shot. 2 of them now today. We've just seen all the different areas getting hit. We've seen
you
a lot
know
more
what? If we
balls in the
didn't have
stands.
any more roof shots the rest of the year, that'd be just fine.
We've seen a couple more balls in the stands. 3 games in a row, we've seen one off the pole.
Yes.
In the visiting bullpen area.
Those I don't mind.
Yeah. Taco Bell. 2-1 count on Jordan. Pitch is in there for a strike. Jordan immediately looks back at home plate umpire Hennon and voices his disagreement with the call. Chicago now up to 5 errors defensively. As that one fouled off, it's the reason they're trailing. Sheboygan had 2 base runners in the 6th. Both reached on errors. One of them scored. As looks Hennon needs to reload on baseballs.
In the 4 games we played against them earlier this year, total they had 4 errors.
Yeah.
So not a good defensive game for the Rockies.
Definitely the best, I'd say, best non-league opponent I've seen. As that one fouled right side, now to play. They've shown their ability off the battery cage and just hitting everything around the stadium this year.
As long as you don't hit one back in the press box.
Yeah. That would be difficult to do. I don't know if that's even possible to do.
I would say not.
2-2, swung on and missed, but Jordan's going to get on first. And he's going to be on base with the strikeout, and the ball got past Casper. It's going to have to be a 4-out inning for Sheboygan. Jordan strikes out for the 2nd time. Rick Gazarek, now the hitter. Gazarek is 3 for 3 tonight. The double and 2 singles. Has not scored on any of his 3 base hits. Always has found himself stranded at second. Except for the 5th where he came around and scored. 0-1 on him. Gee, he's talking about me. You say I'm the one who has good eyes. I don't know about that anymore. Gazarek.
Whoa, that was inside.
Nearly hit him, but it went off the glove of Casper. Nothing doing on the bases for Jordan. Those are deflating for a pitcher. Strikeouts that would have been got you out of the inning.
Right. Yeah. More pitches thrown.
Yep.
Another opportunity for the Chicago team.
That one's high to Gazarek. It's 2-1 on him.
I'm having a hard time of reading Mr. Hennon. It seems like he pops up from his stance behind home plate, and I'm thinking he's going to call a strike, and he doesn't.
He told me he's just trying to mess with you by doing it.
Well,
like
he's
that.
doing it.
3-1 on the hitter Gazarek. Not been retired. And he's got a hitter's count. See if he's got the green light here. He does, and he got a base hit through the right side of the infield, and he's 4 for 4. And 2 runners on for Chicago with Shellhorn up. Just when you think you're out of the inning, now the go-ahead runner's at the plate.
I know, and we talked about it before when we had we made 2 outs, and then all of a sudden we get a walk and a couple hits and we get a run. Now they're doing it to us.
Baseball, that's what makes it a great sport. You know, you always feel like you're out of it, but you're never out of it. There's no clock. As Shellhorn fouls it back.
Got to get the outs.
No game is ever over.
Until it's over.
Until it's over.
Who
exactly.
said that? Bill? It's never over till it's over? Yogi Berra.
Great one.
Oh, Casper got a hit on that foul ball. It's down at home plate. Hopefully he's okay. Tim Moyer coming out.
Casper's been so great for Sheboygan defensively as a catcher this season. He's filled in perfectly for Lash, who missed. We mentioned missed the early parts of the season.
Remember that game a couple of weeks ago where the home plate umpire got hit like 3 or 4 times in the game?
Those ones I feel like always hurt the same, no matter how long you've been doing it as a catcher.
Right.
Never experienced that. Maybe CJ.
He
done
did
that
some catching,
for a
yeah,
long
I'm sure.
time.
He's been hit.
I guarantee it. Definitely the most painful position on the field.
Lash is a DH. He could come in to catch if we needed a catcher.
I mean, Sand would then be a hitter. He would be the pitcher would have to hit, so every time he came around the order, he would have to hit, or they'd have to pinch hit for him. But Casper's health is the only thing we're concerned about right now. Home plate umpire Hennon giving him a minute.
Sometimes it just takes a minute or so and
yeah,
get your bearings. Let that initial pain subside a little bit, and then you're ready to go. Just don't get hit in the same spot again. That'll leave a mark.
Catchers, a lot of people say, I think it's the truth, is that they're the toughest players on the field. And take those shots.
I think we ought to get, there's a, you know what baseballisms are?
Oh, yes.
Those
yes.
t-shirts?
Yep.
We ought to get Cal the one that says, rub dirt on it.
Yeah. My dad has that shirt. Rub some dirt on it.
Cal getting a nice round of applause from the fans.
0-2 as we get back into action here. Go ahead run at the plates. And Mike Shellhorn pops it up. Sand looks to have a read on it. And Jurgensen calls him off, and he makes the catch for the third out. And Sheboygan gets out without getting up a run. They still lead at 8-6 as we go to the seventh.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Jimmy Jurgensen ready to step in to begin the seventh inning. Finelli's still out there on the mound for Chicago. 5, 6, and 7. 2 up for Sheboygan. Finelli was very conservative pitching to Jurgensen last time. First pitch is way out there. Jurgensen only saw a strike, and it was on a 3-0 pitch. See if it's the similar story here after Jurgensen went yard, and that's an understatement. Hit a moonshot back in the third inning. Pitch to him is outside, and feels like Finelli doesn't want anything to do with him.
Maybe for getting Jimmy's homer, you should get 2 gift certificates at the concession stand instead of 1.
And ball 4 looked more like an unintentional walk, as they say, as Jurgensen walks for the second straight time. Brings up Chase Hanselman, who's been on all 3 times. It's been this part of the order for Sheboygan that's gotten things going. 5, 6, and 7, Jurgensen, Hanselman, and Tenney have all reached 3 times now. Or Tenney's reached 2, I should say. Hanselman's reached 3 times, 1 on an error, but 2 singles for him.
Finelli with a nice breaking pitch to start Hanselman's at bat. Jimmy taking a short lead, of course, at first.
Chase fouls it off. Sheboygan added on to their, what was a 1-run lead back in the 6th. They've scored 1 run in each of the last 2 innings to hold an 8-6 lead.
It's interesting that they have the 8 runs, but only 7 hits.
Yep. Compared to Chicago's 6 runs on 12 hits. But the 5 errors we keep coming back to has been killer for Chicago defensively. As that one gets past Spears, and Jurgensen will easily have second base. And we said it last inning as well. Sheboygan scored that 1 run in the 6th solely off of errors. It was 2 errors that allowed both Sheboygan base runners to reach, and scored on one of those errors. The ball that went under Shellhorn's glove at first allowed Ames to score, who reached on error himself. 2-2 pitch on Hanselman. Jurgensen now in scoring position at second. As that one again off the glove, and Spears can't find it, but Shellhorn will be the one who recovers it. And back-to-back wild pitches.
That ball hit off the umpire's chest protector. That's why you heard that big crack. And fortunate for Sheboygan, get an extra base on it.
Counts full now on Hanselman, and every pitch he sees, Jurgensen's at a different spot on the bases now.
Yeah, he's getting the grand tour.
3-2 pitch to Chase. And check swing, he went around. Hanselman strikes out swinging for the first out, a big out for Finelli.
That was the first strikeout for Colin in the ball game.
That's shocking, really.
It is.
For what he did to Sheboygan in May. And to see him struggle like he has tonight. As that one hits softly, Martin, he's coming home. The throw was off the line, and it's in time to get Jurgensen. The throw was on the first base side. And Spears with a great tag.
Martin knew what he was doing right from the beginning. He charged that ball hard and made a great throw. And Tenney reaches on the fielder's choice.
6-2 fielder's choice allows Tenney to reach. And it cost Sheboygan a run, and what could be a big run. With just 3 outs left to get for the A's pitching staff to try to close out this first game of the WABC. Cal Casper takes the pitch in there for a strike. Cal is 0 for 1. We mentioned he got robbed by Bowling back in the third. He's also drawn a walk and has a sacrifice bunt. No, I should say that's Emmett Salen at the plate, not Cal Casper.
Wonder if Emmett is going to be catching in the last inning too.
You'd have to think.
Yes. Maybe that ball that hit Casper.
Pitch is outside, and on the move to second is Tenney, and now on his way to third, but he'll hold up. He'll be content with just the one bag. Sits at second base now. Salen and Casper, they look alike at the plate.
Well, Salen's a little taller.
Yeah, I'm just saying with like the compression sleeves, the black helmet. Looks similar. Like when Ames is at the plate, I know Ames is at the plate with the red helmet.
Okay.
It tells them apart for me.
Hopefully Cal's going to be okay. He's another one of those kind of guys, doesn't want to come out of the ball game. So for him to come out like this, it has to be somewhat serious.
1-2. And Salen waves and misses. And Finelli gets out of the inning without getting up any damage. It's 8-6 Sheboygan. 3 outs left to get.
Estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. Thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Colin Finelli will be leading it off. Trying to start things off right for the Chicago offense. 6, 7, and 8, Finelli, Goronski, and Spears. Sheboygan got 3 outs left to get to try to put this game away. Nolan Sand remains out there on the mound.
Hopefully we won't have to face Garzik or Bowling.
Those have been the 2 guys who have done the most damage to Sheboygan. You hope you don't see Gazarek, that means the game would probably not be in Sheboygan's favor.
No, not at that point.
As he's due up, what, 8th in the lineup?
Yes.
I mean, I would assume by then Chicago would probably have more than 2 runs and would have walked this game off already.
Yeah, the game would. You're definitely right. It would have to be over if he gets up.
But you're right. I mean, you don't want to see the top of their order again.
Yeah.
And you definitely can see
Actually,
the
I'm
top of their
trying
order.
to figure this out here. So if they get 2 outs, say 2 runs, and then they load the bases, Garanca could get up.
Would not be the situation you'd want to be in if you're Nolan Sand.
I don't think he'd be pitching anymore.
That could be true as well. Pitch to Finelli's low. Salem does remain in the game behind the plate, as we figured. Pitch is low. 2-0.
Like I say, walks will kill you. You got to throw strikes. Make him swing the bat.
Sand was solid in his first inning. Got the first 2 out. Then had a strikeout, but got past Casper and allowed Mitch Jordan to reach, followed by a single before he got out of it on a pop-up. But 3-0 to start the 7th inning on the pitcher, Finelli. And he takes a 4-pitch walk. And not the way you want to start if you're Sheboygan.
Sand had a good first inning with actually striking, getting the first 2, and then striking out the 3rd before giving up a hit and finally getting the last guy to pop out. But you're right, not a good way to start. And Garansky hit the ball very deep into right field his last time up.
And Garansky takes a strike. It's a very long single for Garansky.
Yeah, almost off the wall.
Hanselman couldn't quite come up with it on the warning track. Watching out for that wall back there. Pitch is in there for a strike. Don't expect Finelli to be stealing the bag here. And it wouldn't really make much sense. Sheboygan might let him have it.
They definitely wouldn't let him have it, Lucas. They'd go after him for sure.
Going for that double play as well. Run doesn't mean much. Means nothing, really. Batter at the plate is the most important part right now.
There's one of those pitches again where it looked like it could have been called a strike. It was called a ball, but the way the umpire came out of his crouch, it looked like he was going to call it a strike.
Sand does check over on Finelli and nothing doing.
There's something about Colin Finelli that just he doesn't appear to be a big-time base stealer. I'm not saying he isn't, he just doesn't look like it to me.
Pitch is outside to Garansky. Garansky's worked some long at-bats so far in tonight's game. Two and two to him. Runner on first, Finelli. Garansky at the plate, the tie and run. An 8-6 ball game here in the 7th with nobody out. Pitch is called, strike 3. Got Garansky looking. And Garansky's staring down Hennon. He's got to be careful. Never want to be pointing in the face of an umpire.
That was, I thought, a really great pitch by Sand. There should be no complaints on that. That pitch was right there.
Still talking over there, pointing the bat at the umpire. Surprised he's still with us in this game.
You got to have more patience in a situation like that. You know, he just wants his team to win. Yeah. But I thought it was a great pitch.
Oh, I did as well.
Just like that one.
In there for a strike on Spears. Spears is 1 for 3. Came around and scored on a single in the 2nd.
Sand relying on that breaking ball all of a sudden.
You see it with Sheboygan relievers that they can have command of both their fastball and breaking stuff. They've been very successful, but once they lose command of that breaking ball, they become very predictable. That's where problems start to arise. on Spears. That one fouled back.
One thing I didn't give the fans was Brad's line. He went 5 innings, gave up 11 hits, 6 runs. They were all earned. No walks, 5 strikeouts. Not a very good outing for Brad. But in his defense, a lot of those 11 hits were seeing eye singles.
Definitely not some we're used to seeing from the A's pitcher. Pitch to Spears is just outside. It's 2-2. 1 down in the inning. A ground ball ends this game. More than likely ground ball to a middle infielder. Pitch swung on and missed by Spears. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sand on the mound. He's 1 out away. Darius Lugo, the hitter. Lugo is 1 for 3. It's a single and a pop out and a fly out. Still acts as that tying run. Lugo takes a first pitch strike. After the leadoff 4-pitch walk to Finelli, Sands at a lot better command of the strike zone. One is popped up, foul and out of play. It's 0-2. Rockies are down to their last strike. Their 9-hole hitter Lugo is at the plate. Going with a 2-run advantage. In what has been a game all about offense. The pitch is outside. It's 1-2 now. 14 runs and 19 hits between the two sides. The 1-2 pitch to Lugo. As he hits that one in right field, going back handsome, but he's got a play on it, and he makes the catch. And Sheboygan comes out victorious. An 8-6 win to start off the WABC tournament. And Marty, you got any final thoughts on this game, the Sheboygan W?
Well, they're doing what they've been doing all year, and that is they keep fighting. And you know, they got a bit of a lead, and then all of a sudden they gave it up. They were able to come back with some more runs. They're not hitting the ball real hard, but they're taking advantage of situations, which makes a big difference. And Brad, you know, fought his way through his 5 innings, and Sand probably pitches at his best outing of the season tonight.
Well, we'll be back here at 11 a.m. tomorrow against the Milwaukee Tropics. It'll be a doubleheader, but not both against the Tropics. 2 Milwaukee teams, though. We'll see the Tropics at 11 and the Milwaukee Beavers at 4 as part of the WABC tournament. The tournament does extend into Sunday, but that will not be held at Wildwood Park, so we will not have a live broadcast of those games. But until then, enjoy the rest of your night, and God bless.